Hi guys, Robert here, back with another video. So in this one, let's talk about the most important moments from people's life according to NDErs, right? And near-death experiences. And if you're not familiar what a near-death experience is, I have another video that I'm sure I'm gonna release before this one explaining what they are, right? But for the sake to stay on topic, right, of staying on topic, let's talk about the profound moments from people's life, right, according to people who have been on the other side and have been able to come back, right? So a lot of the times when we think about our life and kind of profound moments, we think we have to accomplish something great to be maybe fulfilled or to be admired, right? These grand ideas come to us, right? Maybe you have to make millions of dollars, right? Or find the cure for a disease or build an orphanage, right? So we think of these grand ideas as, something worthwhile, something important, right? But what I want you to, and I'm going to speak in first person as if kind of like all these experiencers, what they say, right, I'm going to be saying them, right? So I don't have to say every time according to near death experiences. But so here we go. So the most profound things in your life are oftentimes the simplest, right? So what does it mean? Like I said, we think of these great ideas, achievements, maybe becoming a doctor, a lawyer, making, huge amounts of money, whatever. But what matters, right, according to NDErs, right, and their experiences, is sometimes the little stuff. So maybe sometimes when you were loving towards another person, right? Maybe when you saved an animal, right? Maybe you were at a grocery store and the person in front of you was short, right, on the total amount, right? They didn't have enough money to pay for it. And that's an example from a lot of NDE stories, right? And then the person, said, don't worry about it. They saw what was happening and they pitched in, whatever was few dollars, a couple dollars, whatever it is, right? Those small moments had the most profound importance when it comes to why you're here. Okay? Like I said, it doesn't have to be major, right? I think sometimes our ego, right, gets attached and needs to feel kind of validated and important, and you have to achieve a lot, right? And then you kind of like, I fulfilled my purpose. Well, that's not what these experiences teach us, right? Sometimes it's helping somebody cross the street. It's maybe being unconditionally loving towards somebody who maybe doesn't deserve that, right? Maybe somebody isn't the nicest to you and has always been kind of mean or whatever, and you don't reciprocate, but instead you approach them and the situation with unconditional love, right? Moments like that are the most revered on the other side. They're the most admired, and they are the reason why we also come here and experience certain challenges, right? How you're going to respond to them, not react, right? So I hope this helps, right? Because it teaches us you don't have to, become the president of whatever country you want to become the president of, right? And then like your soul grows and you're fulfilled. No, it's sometimes the little everyday, seemingly unimportant things that matter the most, right? How you treat others, how you treat maybe animals, how you treat yourself, right? It gives a profound insight into kind of most important things that happen to us and that we experience here. And it doesn't have to be, anything what our ego would consider grand. Okay, so I hope this was helpful, and maybe it's going to make you think differently as you go through your day every day, right? Maybe your interactions with people, nature, animals, whatever it may be, right? Maybe it's going to help you see things a little differently, and maybe it's going to make you shift your importance on whatever you think is important towards something different than before. So guys, please like, share, subscribe. And when it comes to NDEs, I'm gonna release a bunch more videos trying to stay on topic, because I love this topic and I tend to veer off different directions and different lessons because there's so many and they're so profound. But I'm gonna try to stay on topic. So I'll see you in the next one.